Hi darlings, and welcome back to Password Smash, new makeup edition. So, here on Password Smash, we talk about new makeup releases, primarily indie brand launches, and we decide if we want to pass, as in, I don't think so, or smash, add to cart. So, we're going to get into the makeup. There's a lot today, so grab a bevy and let's chill. And let's get into it. I hope everyone had a happy and a healthy Veterans Day. I know that was this past Friday. It's today for me. Well, technically yesterday for me, because I'm filming like late Friday night. It's midnight right now, but I'm still awake and I'm actually prepared for once. So I'm like, so let's get into the new makeup, okay? A couple of things. I might have become an affiliate for Instantly Rain, which is pretty exciting. But I'll always give you guys my honest thoughts and opinions and all that. But I want to make sure that, you know, I'm always transparent and I'm excited about it. So I wanted to share that with you. Okay, so we're going to go into Password Smash. Let's go into it and get into the makeup. So, Odins Eye, by the way, if you missed out on the Odins Eye Christmas palettes from last year, bitch. So pretty. They're great palettes. I have them. They're amazing. Definitely recommend that you pick those two up from last year. So there is the Christmas Eve palette, which is here, and I actually have it in front of me. So let me just show you it. Okay, so come here, Christmas Eve. Would it be a video on my channel if I didn't smack things around a little? So this is a Christmas Eve palette, okay? This is by Odins Eye. Look, it's so pretty. I wish it looked more used. But it is really pretty. I've used every shade in here, and it's really pretty. The shimmers in this palette specifically are a little more prone to fallout. So I would say you definitely have to use a glitter primer for them. But yeah, so this is from last year's Christmas launch, okay? These sold out like immediately, and everybody was real mad that they didn't bring them back. So those are back this year along with the Christmas palette. I'll just post a picture here because it's in the other room and everyone's sleeping. So that's the Christmas palette. Also really beautiful. This color story calls me. I love it. So that said, compared to last year's palettes, this year's palettes seem a little underwhelming. So the first one, there are two palettes. They're both 16 pans each. The first one is here. That is called the Snow Dream palette. And there are 16 pans of soft muted greens, reds, and pops of color. There's a red there. It looks like there's like an orange, not an orange. I can't remember. Here's a picture of it. I don't have the picture in front of me. So that's going to retail for $43.90 US dollars. And then its counterpart, now this is very pale. Like this is very soft. I look at this and I'm just like, oh, like I'm really I'm not inspired by this at all. So for me, the Snow Dream palette is a total pass, okay? And then the second palette is the Hey Reindeer palette. This one's a little more tempting. Also 16 pans. And this one's dusty blues. There's pop of orange. There's golds and purples. And that one is also $43.90. Honestly, this is more, because it looks more saturated than the Snow Dream palette, this is more appealing. But compared to all of the other Odins Eye palettes that I have, including last year's launches, for me, this is just going to be a pass. It's honestly underwhelming. I love the format. The packaging's pretty. All of that. It's just a color story. It's not speaking to me. So that's going to be a pass, okay? So all four palettes are launching November 10th at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So as of filming, these are actually available. So I hope you were able to get yours. I hope that they have more stock than they did last year. So as always, all of the information will be in the description box for you guys. I feel like I have a pattern. I've noticed this. I have a pattern of getting through the first, like talking about the first item and then realizing, oh shit, everything's in the description box. Like I need to tell them everything's in the description box if they're new, because you know, if you're new here, you would know that. So it's in the description along with any codes that I can find you. All of it's going to be in the description box. Okay. All right. So The next one is exciting. So Devinah Cosmetics has a new palette. So Devinah Cosmetics, if you're new here, well, if you're new in general to the indie makeup scene, Devinah does like single shades. They're really known for like as being a single shade cosmetic company. So they have actually curated their first actual curated palette. Now these are not going to be available, at least not anytime soon, as singles. So these shades will only be available in the palette. So it's a 9-pan of pinks and purples. There are 4 mattes and 5 specialty shimmers. Now this is going to be launching on Black Friday. During their Black Friday sale, I should say, because they actually are running their sale on the 22nd. So the Doorbuster pricing for this palette is $45, and the regular price is going to be $76. So as of right now, no codes are going to work for it, including my own. But yeah, pretty exciting. I'm very tempted by this, and it's not because of the mattes. The mattes they're very pretty, but it's really the shimmers. So you cannot tell from this screenshot, but they look very shifty. They're all special shimmers. And if you're familiar with like indie makeup, single shades of special shimmers can be anywhere from like $10 to like $20 for a single shade. So I'm very curious what these are going to be like. I'm going to say smash for this. So it looks very underwhelming in these pictures, but these are not like, this was Deandra, who is the owner of Devinah. This was just her going live to show people. So these are screenshots from her live. So I'm sure that like the product photos and the swatches are going to be amazing. Those should be coming soon, but there are no swatches available yet. Okay. But I'm going to say smash because I have my Devinah singles actually in front of me. And the shimmers in the Devinah palettes are very sparkly. Like they're very shifty. They're very pretty. So I'm very curious to see how those particular shimmers actually look when photographed well. So we're going to say smash. Smash. Okay. So next on my list is the Adept Cosmetics Element 115. So Adept, the owner must be a lot of fun. She loves all the nerdy shit I love. But this is a 15-pan palette here of blues, sparkly purples, blues, purples, and sparkly shades with a pop of orange and pink in this palette. So there are a total of 10 like duochromes and multichromes. And then there's also 5 mattes. So that's there. I really like this format that they're doing. So they started something, okay. This format, as far as I'm aware, started with a La Cienega palette. And they did like 10 mattes, I think, in that palette, and then 5 shimmers. And they actually reversed that for the last 2 palettes that they've done. So they've had the Sumerian Sunset, which has had the 5 mattes and 10 sparkles. And then they did the same thing now for this one, which is Element 115. So I really like this format from them because what the Adept excels at better than anything else is their shimmer shades. So it's really cool to see them do that. Now, this palette is inspired by UFOs and extraterrestrial sci-fi. It is not limited edition, so it will be I say permanent, but you know, brands always cycle through items, but it is not limited edition. So it is going to be $65 and it is code eligible, just so you know. Now this is going to be launching as a pre-order during Black Friday with a ship date for the 2nd week of December. So it's shipping like 3 physical weeks out. They'll start shipping those orders. So if you were expecting to get this by Christmas, I think it would be a stretch. You might get it just before. So just so you know, keep that in the back of your mind that those shipping times and those processing times, it takes a lot of work. And, you know, I can't say that it's going to be fast for you. Okay. Now, Sumerian Sunset is also going to be back on pre-order with a similar launch time so that you can purchase things together. But whenever the latest of the items is available, that's when it'll ship out. Now, in this palette, there are actually two really interesting shades, like two interesting pans. So I just took a screenshot of it because there weren't close-ups yet when I'm filming this. But right there, there are actually two of the pans that are shimmers have 4 different colors in them. So two different, like, of those pans have 4 different colors, and they're like the striped ones. And they've been doing this a lot in their like highlighter palettes, their special limited edition palettes that they've been coming out with. So I think it's really interesting that they have now incorporated that in a palette. And that's actually the first time I've ever seen that. Now, I have seen other brands do that with iridescence and things like that, but not with these kind of colors. So I'm just interested by that. Okay, but anyway, there's that. So yeah, keep an eye out. They're going to send out emails with promo codes for Black Friday for savings. So just keep an eye on that, because if you have signed up for emails, that should be coming to your inbox here soon. So for the Adept palette, I think it's very, very pretty. I don't know that I'm going to buy it. I'm going to say, here's the deal. I think it's really, really pretty, but I want to see it in action first. So I'm going to say maybe. I normally do pass or smash, but I'm going to say maybe, because that Adept palette is very pretty. And I'm going to have to edit this in there because I totally forgot to say it before. So anyway, we're going to say maybe. I want to see it in action. Okay, Bellar Beauty Bar. I'm just so impressed at how much they've been able to accomplish this year. Like the sheer number of palettes, color stories, like artist collabs, like they have been very, very busy. They are putting in the elbow grease, and I think it's paying off because they're, I don't want to say renowned, but in the indie community now, they are, well known. They're kind of becoming like, an everyday indie brand. And I think that's awesome because they've grown a lot. So they have a new palette. So this is a Bejeweled palette here. Now this is 20 pans of medium to deep jewel tones. This is going to look absolutely like stunning on deeper skin tones. It's going to look so good. I cannot wait to see these swatched on deep skin tones. Oh, it's going to be so good. So there are a bunch of mattes, there are mattes, duochromes, multichromes, and ultra metallics in this palette, which I like a good ultra metallic. Now this collection is also launching with a collection of single shades. So I just screenshotted from the reel, like a clever little Instagram thief, and I put them together for you in a little collage here. So these do look to be holographic. So I don't know what the pricing is on these, but these do look to be holographic. If I can find the pricing by the time I post this and am done editing, then I will put it in the description box for you. But they look very pretty, especially that red. It kind of looks pink red in this shot, but I think it's actually more true red. Anyway, so that palette is going to be $69. It didn't say whether or not it would be code eligible, but $69, and that is launching November 17th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is actually going to, oh, did I not? I totally didn't say. Anyway, this is going to be a pass for me. Now, I am not opposed to this palette, but with all of the other things that are coming out, I kind of am just picking and choosing the things that I am most interested in because there's a lot. So I think this is beautiful, and I think combined with a lot of their other launches that they've done this year, this is really smart because then you can take and you can mix and match your shades. And if you're a single shade lover, by now, with Bellar Beauty Bar, you could have amassed like an entire like collection of all these different shades. Okay. The next two, they're coming for my coins. They're coming for my coins. So I've got a nice spot of tea. Some people hate it when you do like a fake British accent. Listen, I am who I am. Okay, so Cosmic Brushes has a Winter Wonderland palette here. It's very pretty. I think it's very pretty. So there are 20 pans. Now this is the kind of format that I've come to expect from Cosmic Brushes. this 20 pan format of, you know, variety. It's very on brand for them. There are 20 pans of purples, teals, and blues. There are 12 mattes, 8 metallics, and 2 of those metallics are multi-chromes, and one of them is a duochrome. So this is, I love how inexpensive they are overall. Comparatively, they are inexpensive. So this palette is listed for 28 pounds, and roughly translated, that's about $34.22. So when you use like conversion charts, now I don't know if they're just going to have a flat price on their site when it launches, but as of right now, we're just going by conversion. So this is also launching November 17th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can use a code on it. This is SMAP. Here's the deal. The completionist in me really wants it because I have all 4 of their, hold please. 2 of them are still in front of me because I did a get ready with me the other day. So 2 of them are still, oh, well, this is relevant anyway. So specifically, I think Serenity, which also has a lot of these kind of blue colors, and Muse, which is like here. So Serenity and Muse, these 2 are going to be restocking at the sale from what I understand. So when the new palette launches, these should be available. Now, I don't know if Delicious Delights, which is here, if this is going to sell. You know what? Looking at all of the blues in the previous palettes, I don't think I need this one. I don't think I need Winter Wonderland. So look, you have like a whole row, including Shifty here, and you know, some greens there, but the tones are different. But I don't think I need that. Okay, we're gonna say pass for now on this Winter Wonderland. But if the stars align later, I would pick it up. But look, so you have like similar like blues. I'd be really curious to see those swatched side by side. I think it's really pretty, but we're gonna say pass. I'm surprised at myself. The completionist in me wants it because not only is it affordable, but it is pretty. And I love it. I never used to like blue eyeshadow. It always used to give me like the Mimi from Drew Carey vibes. And that ruined blue eyeshadow for me for many years. So woo, good job, Drew Carey show. But I've since gotten over that and I really love a blue eyeshadow. So it's very pretty, but I'm gonna say pass. And I think honestly, I was leaning more towards wanting this because I still want the Gothic palette. So like if I order the Gothic palette, will I get it? Maybe, probably. I don't want to lie to myself. As long as it doesn't like sell out, you know? Do I need it? No. Would I like it? Yes. It's a really long roundabout way of saying, yeah, I would buy that shit. We're going to say pass. Okay. So the next one I will buy. I just will. And before you get all uppity and call me a hypocrite, I don't care because it's real pretty, okay? It's a combination of things. So last week, we sneak peeked the Ensley Rain Lands of Enchantment packaging, which is here. It is very fairy core, and I am here for it. And if you were wondering if the curtains match the drapes, the answer is yes. So the inside of the palette is here. So the 25 pans, which is actually bigger than I thought it was going to be. 25 pans of purples, blues, soft greens, and pastel and deep shades. And there's some really light purples that are like lilac, like pinky purples. So this is like pastels to dark shades. Very pretty. So this is not a limited edition palette, and that is very appealing. I feel like there's been a lot of limited edition palettes. So adding some real like regular items to the lineup is very like, I appreciate the hell out of that. So there are 4 multi-chromes, 2 shimmery duochromes, 4 holochromes, and 13 velvety mattes in their new matte formula, which I can tell you is fabulous from experience. And these are also magnetic pans. So if you wanted to mix and match some of your specialty shades, you can do that. So this is going to be $88.88. And it will be code eligible. So the launch details, like the release date, have not been released at time of filming. So that's coming soon. And I know an Ensley Rain affiliate, which is exciting because I was going to buy it anyway, but now I have my own code. Are there rules against using my own code? Anyway, so if you end up using my link, then I will earn a commission, just so you know. Okay. So that's there. Smash. And, yeah, I don't feel like I have to justify myself, but smash. So I really like their new matte formula. Their shimmers are truly special. And I don't know. If I have swatches, I'll put them up on the screen, but I don't remember seeing swatches for this yet. Okay. So we're going to see smash. Add to cart. All right. So on to the next. Wicked. I'm telling you, man. There have been, it's 3 pages long today. It's I type it up in my notes in my phone and then I print it out now because I finally got smart about it. So, oh, by the way, with the Ensley Rain palette, there's holochromes in the palette. And if you've been around with indie makeup and, you kind of pay attention, you'll know that that's really unusual that they're adding, it's a trend that I'm starting to see. So before we used to just have shimmers and metallics, and those are the kind of formulas that you would get inside of a palette. And what indie brands are doing now is they're taking that and they're fuck that. And they're adding holochromes, they're adding multichromes, and they're making them parts of these palettes. And it makes the prices a little bit higher, but the quality outstandingly, the quality of that is significantly better. It makes the palettes more interesting. And that's just my opinion. So, okay. Wicked Widow Beauty has a new palette called Resurrection, and it is a whole vibe. The whole aesthetic for this, it's gothic drama, and I love it. So, there are 24 shades here of, I'm going to call this a nearly rainbow color story. And the reason for that is we have red, yellow, blue, green, purples and grays. There's also a white shade and a black shade, which I appreciate as somebody, to lighten and darken, and love that. I can't call this a true rainbow palette because there's no orange, but there are 12 velvety mattes, which we need a better, I'm gonna get my my thesaurus on. We need a better, all of these mattes are now called velvety, because people are it's soft. And if you call it powdery, they assume the formula's garbage. We need a new adjective to describe these. So 12 velvety mattes, 10 multichromes, and 2 duochromes, which is a lot of multichromes for one palette. So this is going to be $78. It is code eligible. And this is launching November 15th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm very tempted by this. So the only Wicked Widow Beauty palette that I have is a Graveyard Smash. And so far I've had a good experience with that. So I'm gonna say smash. I'm interested in this. I want to see the swatches. I want to see it in action. But for now, I'm gonna say smash. Just because, by the way, just because I say smash doesn't mean I'm gonna buy everything under the sun. That is not reasonable for any normal human being. Especially one who's not getting paid. I'm not sponsored. I don't know. I'm an enthusiast, babies. I am not sponsored. So, sorry. I'm drinking tea, and I feel like it's making my mouth drier. It's like a mint citrus ginger tea, but whatever. Kind of tastes like medicine, honestly. But it's here, and I'm parched. Okay. So 2 more things. Yep, right? 2 more things. Both of these are more news type topics. So What's Up Beauty has a new Dragon Eye palette, but I can't tell you if it's pass or smash because I don't have the color story yet. So if they release the color story during my editing time, which is like a day and a half, I will post it here. And if not, you're just looking at my ferns and whatever this other plant is called that I can't remember. So it looks like it is 12. For not revealing the color story, they released a lot of information. So there are 12 pans. There are 7 blinding multi-chrome duochrome shimmers and 5 creamy mattes. So talc-free, cruelty-free, made in Italy, which is like the gold standard for cosmetic production. And it is going to be $45, and the color story is coming soon. So we'll talk about this more next week because I don't have any information. But I can tell you that this eye look that they made using the palette it's real pretty. So we'll see you next week. And then last but not least, Give Me Glow Cosmetics, who has been doing like a rebrand, like a packaging update and changing, they're just moving things around, changing things. They have, they are going to release some new Dream Blush Compacts. So these are more of a chrome sleek packaging. And these are going to be launching on Black Friday. So I don't have any information for you other than that. And there are going to be more shades launching for Black Friday, but they haven't said anything yet. So I guess we'll talk about that next week. And my darlings, that's it for Pass or Smash today. If you made it this far, thank you for your time. And leave me in the comments just for engagement some kind of yellow emoji. I'm in my Walt Disney World hoodie today because I can and because I'm not wearing a bra and I just don't want to show you my boobs. And that's the reality. So leave me some kind of yellow emojis. And thank you for being here and for watching Pass or Smash. And if you like Pass or Smash, then please like and subscribe and all that. Because I am here every week. I try to be really consistent, especially with Pass or Smash. So every Sunday I try to have it up. So usually come hell or high water, but occasionally not so much. But anyway, love your faces. Thanks for being here. And then are you picking anything up? Or are you just kind of clutching like your coin purses like in fear of the holiday season? I love your faces. Thanks for stopping by and I will see you next time. Bye.